So guys, in this session, we'll be learning about GST, the concept of GST, and a few other details related to GST. Firstly, what is GST? GST stands for Goods and Services Tax. GST is an indirect tax which is applied on various products. It has replaced various indirect taxes such as VAT, excise duty, service tax, entertainment tax, etc. Before GST was implemented, there were many indirect taxes in India such as VAT, excise duty, service tax, etc. But by implementing GST, all these taxes were brought together and made as one indirect tax, which is GST. So GST was implemented to simplify the tax system in India, and hence many indirect taxes were brought together and made as one tax. It is a consumption based tax. A consumption based tax is a tax which is applied on purchase of goods and services. And you would have observed that when you purchase something, on the wrapper you would see the GST rate of that product. So we can say that GST is a consumption based tax because it is applied on goods which we consumers consume. So whenever we purchase something, we are paying GST to the government. Hence, GST is an indirect tax and it is a consumption based tax. Next, let us understand when should you register for GST. If your business has a turnover of more than 40 lakh rupees in a financial year, you are required to register for GST. This is in case of normal category states. But if your business is in special category states, special category states include the Seven Sisters and Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu Kashmir. So totally 11 states come under special category states. If your business is in any of these states and your business has a turnover of more than 20 lakh rupees, in that case you have to register for GST. But if your business does not have any turnover of more than 40 lakh rupees in normal category states and 20 lakh rupees in special category states, if you do not have a turnover of more than this, in that case you are exempted from registering for GST. It is not compulsory for you to register for GST, but after you register for GST you will get a number which is the GSTIN number. It is a 15-digit identification code or identification number which is allotted to each applicant who applies for GST registration. It is not a number which is randomly given to an applicant. It is based on your PAN number and your state code. The first two digits of the GSTI number represent your state code from which state your business is. The next 10 digit of the GSTI number represent your PAN number. The 13 digit represents the entity code, that is whether your business is a proprietorship or a one person company, etc. So the 13th digit represents the entity code, 14th digit is just a blank code, and the last digit represents the check digit. It is a check code to detect any errors. Next, on what type of goods and services is GST not applied? We know various goods on which GST is applied, but what are the goods on which GST is not applied? GST is not applied on alcohol, which is used for human consumption. Alcohol can be used for various uses, but alcohol which is used for human consumption, GST is not applied on it. GST is not applied on natural gas, petrol, and its products derived from petroleum, electricity. GST is also not applied on fresh fruits and vegetables, curd, bread, etc. So these are the goods and services on which GST is not applied. Next, let us understand the different slab rates for GST. There are four different slab rates. The first is 5% slab rate. Under the 5% slab rate, products such as frozen vegetables, spices, sugar, oil, etc. are covered. Under the 12% slab rate, ghee, nuts, butter, cell phone, etc. products are covered. Under the 18% slab rate, products such as hair oil, mineral water, ice cream, cookers, etc. are covered. And under a 28% slab rate, luxury goods such as cars, high-end motorcycles, cigarettes, pan masala, etc. are covered. So these are the different slab rates for GST. Now let's understand the types of GST. There are three types of GST, but before you know that, you need to know the types of transaction. There are two types of transaction: interstate transaction and intrastate transaction. If the transaction you do is within your state, let's say you are from Karnataka and the transaction you do is within Karnataka. In that case, it is an intrastate transaction. But let's say you do business out of your state. Let's say you got a purchase order from Tamil Nadu and you delivered your products to Tamil Nadu. In that case, it is an interstate transaction. So according to these two transactions, there are three types of GST: CGST, SGST. CGST stands for Central Goods and Services Tax. SGST stands for State Goods and Services Tax. So let's say the GST rate for the product is 18%. When you do an intra-state transaction, that is within your state, the 18% GST will be divided into two halves: CGST 9% and SGST 9%. The CGST 9% will be collected by the central government and the SGST 9% will be collected by the state government. CGST 9% plus SGST 9% will be equal to 18%. Next, if the transaction is an interstate transaction, in that case, IGST will be applied. IGST stands for Integrated Goods and Services Tax. The IGST is levied by the central government, and when an interstate transaction happens, the central government will collect IGST. That is it for this video. In this video, we understood the concept of GST. That is it for this video. Thanks for watching.